Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, we're talking about MAME, Emulicious, and AetherSX2. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here with everybody's favorite multi-arcade machine emulator, MAME. And yes, for the record, I am camping. That is the forest behind me, and I'm doing my best here. I'm recording on a Steam Deck. Now, MAME version 0.245 has just released, and with this version, we've got support for 2 new games and a bunch of fixes and improvements. Now, both of these games are great in terms of video game preservation. We've mentioned this one in a previous video, but Marble Madness 2 is now supported. And the second game here is Megumi Rescue. Interestingly enough, Megumi Rescue was never released at the arcades. It was exhibited at a trade show as a vertically oriented game. And for those who might not be aware, Marble Madness 2 is a sequel to the original Marble Madness. Now, this MAME article is extremely well written, it's very lengthy, and there's a ton of information in it. We've gone over 2 things at an extremely high level. If you wanted to read over absolutely everything, I'll leave a link in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. And if you are using MAME, I do recommend updating to this version. And on a side note here, if you use MAME on the Raspberry Pi, Stick Freaks has already ported this release over to it, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. Next up here, we're talking about the awesomely named Emulicious, a multi-system emulator for the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Sega Game Gear, Sega Master System, and MSX. And as you can probably see right here, Emulicious now has sound recording and a few other features. They've added in a new option to enable or disable the high-pass filter for Game Boy. They've improved the visibility of theme options by adding it to the appearance menu. And they've merged Game Boy and Game Boy Color menus. On top of that, they've made key shortcuts for screenshot and exit completely configurable, and they've also added in a bunch of bug fixes. Emulicious is free. It's available for a bunch of different systems, including Windows, Linux, Mac, the Raspberry Pi, and pretty much any system that supports Java, because yes, there is a Java version of Emulicious. I'll leave a link to the site in the description below. Feel free to check it out. Last up here, we're talking about the beautiful blue cube, AetherSX2, PS2 Emulation on Android. And Talrith is added again. There's a brand new development or experimental version of AetherSX2 available. If you are a beta tester on the Google Play Store for this app, you'll get it sooner or later. But if you wanted to test this out right away, you absolutely can. It's 100% free. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Version 24.13 of AetherSX2 adds something very interesting, an aspect ratio aware cropping option in the graphics settings, so you might want to check it out. And if you're using the Google Play Store version of AetherSX2, chances are the experimental version might have a lot of performance improvements. So if you are struggling with performance, check out the development build. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. Let me know your thoughts about anything we talked about today in the comments below, whether it was MAME, Emulicious, or AetherSX2. And yes, I am recording, editing, and posting this from my Steam Deck. I am camping, and just for proof, I'll show you. Here's my camera. There's my wife stoking the fire. And everything is going, hopefully, better than yesterday. And I would say yesterday's video was a-okay. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.